So, you want to be a cool kid and use the Charge Blade. All you need to know is it's a weapon with complicated mechanics, but it's very easy to use. You charge the weapon by attacking enemies with Sword and Shield mode, and then you unleash its power in Axe mode. And that's all you really need to know about the weapon. But this video will give you all the details you need to know, that way you really understand what's going on with the weapon in the shortest amount of time. How you use the weapon and how fast you get to Axe mode is completely up to you. So if you want to smack a bunch of wooden barrels like a pro, I'm about to tell you how to do that. But before we do all this fancy axe stuff, we need to understand how to use the sword and shield, and how to charge the weapon. First of all, we need to understand what all these symbols are, starting with the bottles, which the game calls files. To charge them, you need to attack an enemy with the sword and shield. Getting about 6 hits will put you at yellow charge, which is worth about 3 files. Attacking 4 more times will put you at red, which will charge all 5. To bank the energy, hold R2 and press circle. Now your files are charged. You also have the option to put them directly into your shield, which is very important. Hold R2 and hold circle. The more energy you put into your shield, the longer it will stay charged, and that's very important for the weapon. Each file is worth 20 seconds. The shield can be charged up to a maximum of 3 minutes and 20 seconds, without power prolonger. Once your shield is charged, you can also charge your sword, which is a very useful option. Hold R2 and press circle. Right after that, start holding triangle. Once you see the weapon lock, release. Having the sword buffed doesn't buff the axe at all, but it's definitely worth having the boost, because you'll be in sword mode most of the time. The sword also has a charge attack that's worth about 5 hits. Simply hold circle, and then release at the right time when you see the click, and you'll be able to collect energy faster in the right situations. Blocking attacks can also store up energy, not nearly as fast as attacking the monster, but it's still worth keeping in mind. About 10 hits will get you to yellow charge. Obviously you're not going to stand there blocking the entire fight, but if you did, this is how long it would take to charge your weapon. About 6 more hits and you will get to red charge. So, while you're fighting monsters, consider blocking instead of dodging sometimes. It will be worth it. And now that perfect guards exist, it's definitely worth keeping in mind. Also, when your shield is charged, you take no physical damage, you drain less stamina, and you don't flinch as much. But now, it's time to figure out the axe. Hold R2 and press triangle to transform your weapon. The triangle attack in axe mode is the weapon's basic attack. It doesn't use a file energy, and you can move in any direction you'd like on the second hit, every time. Forward, backward, left, right, it's up to you. The forward one lunges particularly far forward, pretty useful for getting close to the monster when the weapon's out. The circle combo is the one that does use up the files for more damage on the attacks. It's a 4-hitter, and then you can end the combo with the 5th hit being the triangle and circle together, super elemental discharge. That will cost all your files. As for buffing the axe part of the weapon, there's multiple ways to do that, and one of the easier ways is by hitting a weak spot. But those aren't always available, so you can also perfect guard and attack and press triangle right after. Now your axe just became a chainsaw. All you really need to know about this feature is if you hold circle during any attack, your weapon will be stuck inside the monster momentarily while it spins its blade and does a lot of damage. But the more important thing to keep in mind about this axe buff is now your elemental discharge combo doesn't cost even a single file on some attacks, and drains a lot slower, as you can see. Though the super elemental discharge attack will still cost everything you have and unleash it all into one powerful strike. Having both the shield and the axe charged at the same time is very important, because having the shield charged is what gives the weapon more damage, having the axe charged is what makes the files cost a lot cheaper, allowing you to fight a lot longer without having to go back to sword and shield. Now that you know how to hit a whole bunch of wooden barrels like a pro, you're ready to use the weapon your way. Also subscribe so I can buy a better mic. Thanks.